This video is for Algebra 1. We're talking about domain and range again today. Remember that domain is always talking about the x values and range is always talking about the y values. Remember that if they give you an equation or a graph with a solid line, you're going to use your symbols, which is your less than or equal to or your less than. If they give you a graph with points, if they give you a table, if they give you a mapping, if they give you a set of points, then you're going to use a list of numbers. Today we're focusing on when they give you a graph with a solid line. As long as you're going from the smallest to the biggest number, you will always use your less than or equal to signs. Remember that your domain is going to go left to right, and your range is going to go bottom to top. What you might do is find the ends of your graph and come over here and go, all right, this is as far left, this is as low, this is as far right, and this is as high. That will help you figure out your numbers. Your domain is going to use the numbers off of the x-axis going left to right. So -1, -2, that's about -2.5. It does actually have a solid circle, so you have less than or equal to. Domain is x. Going to the right, it's an open circle, so you just have less than. And you come down here and it's about 6.1. Your range, same thing, but you go from the bottom to the top. Here's my bottom spot, and that's at -9 based on what this says here. So -9. It does actually get there, so less than or equal to, range is y. It does actually get to it on the left side, so less than or equal to, and this high point is going to be, you got to realize that they're not counting by ones here. It was -3, -6, -9, so we're talking 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So it goes up to 15. Looking at the next one, notice that we have arrows. Anytime you have arrows, your domain is ARN, always. Remember that your range goes from the bottom to the top. Well, these arrows mean that it goes down forever, so I don't have to put a stopping point. So y is less than or equal to, and you figure out where your high point is, which is right there, 3. Let's pretend that this was my graph. For this one, it has arrows. My domain would still be ARN. My range, you got to do your low point first, which is right here. Starts at -4. It's less than or equal to y. My arrows means that it goes up forever, so you don't put anything on the other end. All of the graphs you're going to look at today have solid lines. You got to pay close attention to whether it has the arrows or it has the circles. Okay, if you have the arrows, then you're looking at ARN showing up. If you don't have arrows, you will not use ARN on any of it. So what you're going to do is you're going to get 5 cards from me. You're going to tape them to a piece of paper. Next to each card, you're going to write the domain and the range. Then you're going to write your name at the top of the page and turn it in to me. Make sure that you are efficient with your use of tape. In other words, it doesn't take much. Just tape it on enough where it'll stay, because once I've graded it, I'll take the cards back off and use them for something else later. If you get all 5 of those done, then you need to work on what you owe me. Not this Friday, but next Friday is the end of the 6 weeks, and you need to get your notebook in order to turn it in for a test grade next week, and you need to have everything turned in. So when you're through with this, you need to come and get your 5 cards from me.